What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I'm convinced Returnal will be amazing. Now, last week, we started off this kind of weekly series. Returnal comes out, obviously, in just a few weeks, 3 weeks tomorrow, I believe, when you guys are watching this. And I started it on a more negative note, talking about what I'm most concerned about, being the price. And I'll leave that video at the end of this one, so if you guys want to check that one out, you definitely can. But I wanted to balance it. I'm not a negative Nancy, okay? I do, and specifically with this game, I love it. I mean, it's hard to say that when you haven't played it yet, but I really think I'm going to love it. I really think it's going to be an immediate Game of the Year contender. Right now, my Game of the Year is It Takes Two. Okay, phenomenal game. I think Returnal can beat it. I really do. And I've said it before, I think Returnal looks like the best that Housemarque has ever done, and that's going to be part of this discussion as well. So I wanted to balance out the last week's negative video, which was, I think, constructive, talking about the negatives, and I want to talk about the positive here, and that I am convinced, whether the sales are good, whether people actually play this game or not, and again, I'm not convinced on that, I do think this game is going to be rather good. So let me quickly say, if you guys do like this stuff, and I will be making more videos on this, including when the game comes out, I got loads of videos planned, make sure you guys are subscribed here. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. And also, if you want to subscribe to my second channel, I do one video a day over there, a daily video on that channel. Link for that is always in the description below, and I would greatly appreciate it if you guys checked it out. All right, so it really does come down to Returnal looking like it's the best of Housemarque. And I made that video before. I think I titled, like, Returnal can be, it is, I guess, the best mix of Housemarque, that they've ever done. Returnal, to me, as I've said before, looks like Resogun mixed with Nex Machina. Now, I do want to rank the Housemarque games. I'm going to do that for a video very, very soon. I do want to play some of these games in a live stream, which I will also do that very, very soon. But the fond memories I have of Resogun cannot even be put into words. Even the fond memories of Nex Machina. I think Nex Machina is a better game. I actually like Nex Machina more than Resogun. But Resogun at the time, I think, was just so freaking special. It's hard to put it, again, it's really hard to put into words. But Returnal, to me, looks like it's going to have all of that. So what do I like about Returnal? Well, I actually do like the changing of the camera. So instead of top down, it's now like third person, but the camera seems a little bit dragged back a little bit further than you normally would see in a third person. That could just be kind of my perspective, but that's kind of how I sense it. And it is a very fast-paced, almost arcade-like shooter. You do a lot of dashing, you fire a lot of bullets, there is a lot of particle effects that are going on. Everything is very fast-paced. The enemies are very difficult. Some of them you will die, you will come back, and things will change. And basically how you handle situations will differ based on how many times you're going to be dying, right? And I love that. I mean, that premise alone is absolutely phenomenal. And you have the cherry on top, there's a story. Now, what I will say, it's not a concern, it's not like a major weakness, but it's something that's closer to that than like a positive, is the story, only because they've never done it before, okay? Dead Nation, you look at games like Dead Nation, Super Stardust, Resogun, all this stuff, none of them really have a story, okay? So this game clearly does, and that's great. And from what we've seen the protagonist so far, love it. I love the little dig at at Silent Hill with them opening the door. All that stuff, phenomenal. But they've never done a story before in terms like this, okay? There's like background story elements, I guess, in the other games. But if we're really talking like a narrative game that's going to, expand upon your base character, you have a purpose, a big purpose that evolves throughout the game for what you're doing. Again, it's very different than what they've done in the past. I guess maybe Helldivers had a story that was maybe one of the bigger, but actually Helldivers was one of my least favorite. In fact, I did not like Helldivers from Housemarque almost at all. But it's got that, and as long as it doesn't get in the way, I know I'm kind of putting the story down, but like if the story's there and like it's decent, it really is kind of just like a cherry on top, where it's like it's not. I don't think the story in this game is going to make or break it. So, to be honest with you, like when I'm reviewing it or even when I'm playing it, the story won't even matter all that much to me, because a game like this truly lives or dies based off of how fun it is to play and how innovative it is. Again, you can see what they've taken from Resogun and what they've taken from Nex Machina. And to me, it looks a lot more like Nex Machina with like the particles maybe, and like how enemies, like when they explode and stuff like that. That's a little bit more Resogun-y, but still Nex Machina actually also is kind of Resogun-y. So it's kind of weird to say, but I I love it. I love the fast-paced nature. I'm ready for, like, a challenge. And I don't say that kind of, like, I played Persona 5, and I had to lower the difficulty because I'm stupid, and I didn't level myself up accordingly. I end up going into, like, some of the final battles massively under-leveled. I don't know how, truly, but that's a side story. But so I'm not saying, like, oh, I'm some god at games. But what I will say, what I will give myself credit for and pat myself on the back is I am actually legitimately good at these games. I am in the leaderboard. I don't know if I still am, but I used to be. For Next Machina, I was like third on several. I was like in the top 5. I was third. I was fourth. I was fifth in several leaderboards for months. And now I don't know if I still am. Maybe I'm in the top 10, top 15. And I'm not talking like on easy difficulty. I'm talking like on the hardest difficulties. I platinumed Resogun on the Vita and on the PlayStation 4. Next Machine I didn't platinum. But again, not to like pat myself on the back, but I love, not just love, but I'm good at. And I'm not good at all games. I'm truly not. You guys would know that if you watch the live streams. I'm pretty bad at some games. But I love these games. So I'm ready, like, for a challenge. Like, I'm going to put this thing, maybe not on the hardest difficulty, but definitely, like, the second hardest. I'm cranking it up. I expect to die, but I expect to learn and really get into it. This is a game that I want to be, like, that's difficult, right? That's weird. It's a game that I want to be good at, and I, like, expect myself, like, powering it up, I guess, like, booting it up, if we're talking, like, PS2 era, right? Pressing the power button, like, going into the game. I do expect myself to be, like, decently good because I've played their other games, and it probably will feel a lot like Next Machina, only again the camera is kind of behind you instead of looking like from top down, right? So it's going to be different, but I do expect to be good in this game. But I think the game is just going to, everything about this game I think is just going to work. I really think the combat looks like it's going to come together perfectly. I know a lot of people always gush about how it looks. I mean, to me, you know, it's kind of, I wouldn't say an afterthought. Like, Resogun, obviously, when it came out, looked very different in a good way, and it looked very beautiful. Next Machina, I think, looks really, really good as well. A lot of their games do, even like Dead Nation. Obviously, Dead Nation is a different kind of color tones going on there, right? Super Stardust, I mean, that game looks absolutely beautiful as well. So, like, their games have always looked good. This one is interesting and weird because, like, it's trying to be, or it's promoting itself definitely as, like, a legit AAA, like, big price. Like, it wants to be worth $70, so it wants to also look it as well. I may not be explaining it the best way, but you know what I mean? That's kind of just how I get a sense of it. So I think it's going to look visually amazing. I think the sound design is going to look amazing. All that stuff, I'm not worried about that at all. But again, even that, this truly is one of those games that the gameplay is all that truly matters. It could look not that great, and if the gameplay holds up, it can still be fun. That's why the age-old debate, like, is graphics the most important part of the game? If the game's a story game, is the story or characters the most important part? Is gameplay the most important part? I've had divided opinions on that kind of argument, but I can say for a game like this, specifically Returnal, gameplay is all that matters, to me at least. Story, could care less. The visuals, like, yeah, it needs to look okay. I think it's going to look better than okay, and I think it's just going to be downright fun to play this game. I truly, truly do. So, talking about it, even though some of the words I'm saying are, like, the same thing, like, I am getting immensely pumped for this game, okay? I cannot wait. I'm recording this a few days before you guys are seeing it, so I have even longer to wait, you know, in my current time, right, unless I fast forward time, but I cannot wait. Getting this game, minute 1, cannot wait to play it. Again, this is one of my most anticipated games of the entire year, and I can't wait to play it. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think it's kind of guaranteed to be good? Do you think there's maybe a little wiggle room there? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Like I said, there's going to be more. I want to do a couple more videos on this game leading into it. I do want to rank the Housemarque games. I want that to be kind of a very special video, even though I don't think it maybe will do all that well. I want to make it special. And then we'll be live streaming this game when it comes out. I'll be reviewing it. I'll be doing like guides and kind of in-game help. I think I can provide my services for a game like this, and I think that could work. So lots of videos on Returnal. So it's very important, again, that you guys are subscribed, bell icon. Again, all my other social media stuff is in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.